a minute, we'll see that in a minute. Right, now we've got the work programme. Can I just ask, this committee seems a bit more verbose than the last one.
Looking at me. A bit more.
It's very funny.
Who's saying?
Is it James?
Anyway, can I just say, we've got, this is the first time I've never ended this meeting in time. Now we've got to go 15 minutes over. Is that all right with everyone?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, blame me for that.
Past 9. Right, so we're on the work programme now, aren't we? Now, we're on the work plan. So, people will remember that in the height of excitement, when we found out who was on the committee, I did send an email round, and I included you, James, because I was hoping that you'd be elected back onto this committee. So I sent you all an email saying, look, it wouldn't be great to hit the ground running, and I sent you some thoughts that Julie and I had, and the committee last year, obviously, because autism and female genital mutilation were on there last year. So we put the work programme together. You have had that on email in advance, and then you have it again in the papers. So now is the time to say, you know, whether you think we're going in the right direction, barking at the wrong tree, or you have things to add. But basically, there it is in front of you, the work plan.
It's page 8 on the main agenda.
Yes. So it's confusing.
Oh, sorry, page 20.
Yeah.
On the right hand side.
Where you sit
Yeah.
over
On the main.
Yeah. Agenda item 7. Yeah.
Okay. You said something back. I think I think.
the page number on the side.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. Right.
Okay, so in the life cycle of this committee, obviously, you know, we're not just static. I mean, if anything kicks off, we'll be looking at it. Last year, interestingly enough, we all had child sexual exploitation on the work plan before it kicked off in Rotherham, so, you know, it's very timely. So if anything happens, you know, we'll be scrutinising it. But what I did want to say is, in the cycle we do, which isn't in the plan because I forgot to mention it to you, but we do scrutinise Ian, who's looking at, you know, education, employment and training, and we do, Councillor Winfield, and we also scrutinise Councillor Vicky Mills. There are also 2 deputies now that are also looking at children and young people who are in that field. So we may want to squeeze them into the agenda because they're doing some really brilliant work.
Yeah.
Evelyn, Nakoto, and is it Carl?
Yeah, Carl Eastman. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, that's good, yeah. But there's a kind of bit of a protocol that we can't, strictly can't demand deputies to come along. We just invite them if they want to, yeah.
Can I say, we shouldn't let tertiary education drop off the plan.
okay.
What was that the one about the colleges?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
because that's still in flux.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Especially with some of the,
Yeah.
we need to.
That was really insightful. But one of the things that I did want to do, though, is, because we haven't really dropped it off, because our preoccupation with the youth officer was to look at that as well.
Right.
But we will formalise that.
If we actually include it as an item, would be good.
But okay.
So the youth office,
Yeah.
plus including,
So SOPO. Tertiary.
we'll
We'll separate them up.
call it tertiary education,
Yeah.
which can include vocational and academic.
Yeah, okay, good.
We have, there's a couple of meetings that are dedicated to the youth.
Yeah.
So the 15th is just going to be a bit of a short one really to have the young people in. But on the 21st of October, we have, that's kind of really dedicated towards autism, STEM, the local offer. So that could be a time if you think that to have that in.
Yeah.
Unless you,
Yeah, we could, stick it in there.
And let's get Darren. Can we also
Who was
invite
that bloke that we had last time?
Danny and Darren?
No, it's the other one. Who came from the Soco.
Oh gosh, the principal, the deputy.
Let's get him back.
Well, if he's still around.
Yeah.
I don't. anyway, I'm not sure about that, but we can firm that up
Yeah.
in advance. But I think
It's very realistic.
we need to get someone in about the, you know, the issue of further education anyway and the focus. So we'll need to get someone in. Whether it's right to get that person in right now when it's in flux. Yes, but I think we need to have Danny and Darren, you know, that are looking at education and skill development and apprenticeship. So we need to add those into that meeting as well, I think.
For the local offer, can we include Kiana, is it? Who's actually doing the website?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some statistics off her as to how many people are using it.
Yeah. So usually what I do is I make the request to the senior, the strategic director, and then they decide the officer who comes along. But I can totally suggest that. But yeah, in terms of like access information, that's no problem. Yeah. So the statistics on
how many people are actually using the website with the local offer and what they're actually looking for, because they track through what things they're actually looking at.
Sure.
Okay.
Anything else?
All right, so are we going to just go through it then? I mean, basically we've got scrutiny in a day. I don't think 7 till 10 is going to be long enough.
Well, you've got afternoon PVC.
All right, okay. So what's, okay, brilliant. So that's fine.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just haven't adapted the time. But yeah, so the afternoon.
You've got to sort of test that.
No, I just haven't. That was a generic time, and I just hadn't added the extra time.
Good.
So what time is that going to be then?
So I mean, you could spend all day, or you could just spend. At the moment, I've just sketched it in for the afternoon, but you could spend all day. And then I've sketched in early evening. So then that would be to get. I thought the idea of that would be to get the young people that you went on. So you could maybe have 2 till 5 looking at SDN, have a little break, and then get the young people in, say from 6 till 7.
Yes. Okay.
That's a good idea.
I can make myself.
That's for the 15th.
That's for the 15th. Yeah.
I can make myself available all day. I mean, if
I can as well.
You can as well. Oh, great.
15th.
What would your availability be on the?
I think I should be okay. I've got habitations, but I've never been caught, so I can afford to avoid that one.
Well, we'd like
I should be able to do all day.
You see, if we can all make ourselves available, or let Julie know when you're available, then what we can do, we can put the draft programme of the day, and then, you know, we can get it covered between us all, which would be good. And presumably Lisa will be coming along for that as well. Because we could do with...
Well, I can't be for
sure. Yeah, well, just let her know that we could do with her.
So should I have a look at if you're all provisionally available, or let me know, and then I can see how much time it would take? But it sounds like there's an appetite for using all day then.
Yeah, that would be good. Because there's so many of us, we could just get it up and then get as much evidence as possible. Because, look, I mean, that was a great report, but, you know, we could really add value to this, especially if we can get more than one, you know, people that are doing this, like, 5-borough thing.
Okay.
Right, and they're really up for doing the integration community. We can really focus on some of that as well.
Sure. It would be good to know if you've got thoughts about local organisations or local community groups that you think would be really good to get in as well. It'd be great.
For the youth.
For SDN,
I mean, probably some of the faith group, and also I personally think we should involve some of the embassies, representatives from it, especially those who are culturally, you know, the reason why, so especially those countries that who are affected by this, because I mean there are about 18 or 36 countries, isn't it? Where 28. So therefore, I think because these people we're talking about border agencies. These people pass through the borders, our border and also their borders, and all these things happen. They should be part of that conversation.
Okay. Yeah, well, good. Well, let's add it on. Okay, is everyone happy with that then? Okay, right.
In fact, I remember recently I had that conversation at the Nigeria High Commission, for instance, and even though we are totally against it, but at the same time, the reaction I got from some of the senior officials there was that they are not part of that conversation, that laws are being made which affect their,
Excellent. Okay, now then, the youth offer, I think we need to go back a little bit and we need to make it more narrow, don't we? It's quite broad at the minute, the youth offer, because we've got this recce, which we basically looked at today in that report. Have you got that report?
Yeah.
So we've got all of that. I think, what we said at the end of that discussion, we need to go away and literally do that, don't we? We need to make some links between the youth and the education training and, the outcome, exactly.
Yeah.
And we need to get a framework of outcomes, and evidence really, on how well that's working with all the other, the schools, business, so I think that will be a really interesting piece of work.
What I didn't say to Patrick was, he might have taken it the wrong way, but all those groups that receive substantial grants, how are they scrutinised, that each organisation does what it's supposed to do, so that when the next round comes up, they make another bid.
They can have evidence to make
to scratch,
But usually they do give a report at the end of each year, and also evaluation reports and so on.
Who does the report? What,
The organisation that is giving grant, they have to do that. It's part of the grant conditions, because I know that.
Yeah, they want to give a bad report.
Can I just say, halfway through that, I thought the best value that we could do is to look at the transition.
Yes, the outcome.
I think that in itself is going to be a meatier review. You know what I mean? Than just looking at the sketching of the new I could feel it sort of meandering off. Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking, right, what was it again? Right, keep it narrow. And then anything that we get beyond that will be great. But actually, if we've got that guiding thread, because historically it's never really worked, has it, like transition? But how can we deliver, to put it crudely, how can we deliver on all the things we want to deliver for our constituents without getting that wrong?
I think about effectiveness of the intervention, and also the efficiency of the resources that we use. Because if we can't continue the status quo, if all the money we've been spending, the outcome doesn't reflect, then we need to change gear. We need to, find a different way of doing things, because we can't keep on servicing the same.
Okay. No, sorry, I'm just going to defer to Kath now on the autism. I thought that was a reasonable review. I think all the points that you made were good. It's difficult to scrutinise something when it's...
We have not.
Exactly. That's what I really felt. That everyone was just so keen, and good, but it was like, what was I scrutinising?
Once we've actually got it in our hands, and we can pick them up on other points.
I think that gives them something to think about.
Yeah, and we'll see if they have. But actually, we'll see how quick they respond to those consultations.
I mean, they have actually done the easiest thing, go to the existing group. And that's the same questions that everybody asks.
Well,
but rather than going out of their way to speak to other...
Exactly, and that's my concern, because those they have never engaged in the past, and then you hear something different which can you know.
The Parent Carers Council is the same group of
Yeah, it's not
people,
representing.
you know,
Okay.
all very well meaning and everything, but
Yes.
they're
Okay.
one group of people.
Okay,
So
but
it's
now,
in response.
okay,
Yeah.
sorry, Kath, so, right. We're on course for that now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Julie, Kath, you feel we're on course for that? Good. It'd be good to see if they do take up.
They have said that they will keep the schedule,
Yes,
so if they
but they'll
don't,
have to know.
I think much more than in that.
yeah.
Well, we had to get quite hoity-toity and write letters and everything last time, didn't we? So hopefully
Yeah.
we're not going to have to resort to that and actually do some scrutiny.
And I have a
on that.
secret weapon on it.
Really? Do you want to share that now?
Come on, let's hear it.
I spoke to David Townsend, and he's pushing from down, and we're pushing from up.
Did you turn that off then?
Carefully.
So they're within a pin.
So it's not so secret.
Can you do one, please?
And then some of them, oh, what you got?
Open and transparent.
Open and transparent. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
he is keeping an eye on
Okay, that's
how
good.
it's going.
So it's not so secret. Right. So now, mental health then. Right, now this is going to be quite good because it's going to test the connectivity between the scrutiny committees because we're going to be working with health. So the idea is that we're looking at the children's issue, which, I mean, obviously, I don't need to tell everyone here. I'm sure your constituents tell you every day, but the CAMS, you know, situation, I mean, it's in crisis. I mean, we stumbled over that, didn't we, while we were doing the attainment review last year, and it's really not good enough. So we're going to be re-looking at that, and we're going to be looking with Rebecca Laurie, Councillor Laurie, is obviously leading the Health Committee, which we're on as well. So we are going to basically do a bit of joined up scrutiny. So that will be a test in itself, won't it?
So aside from the CAMS issue, what else are we looking at?
Well, they'll be looking at the adults and the transition. We can look at the transition too.
Yeah.
Children and adults.
Yes.
So yeah, there were a number of recommendations in the narrow news feedback report, so picking up on those. So those were that counted better resource. There was concern there about the number of acute beds available. And there was also about the linkages between CAMS and the schools. So it's kind of monitoring those. Also, healthy communities are particularly focusing on that is because the CCD have been developing a mental health strategy for some time. But it's been quite slow in the system, I think a little bit analogous to the autism strategy. So they're really kind of keeping a focus on that. So one of the things that is down in the draft scope is to make sure that the children and young people side of the mental health strategy is also developing as well.
What's CAMS in? D-A, another...
Children, adolescent mental health.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, we really should be spelling out this acronym.
So children and adult, yes.
Mental health.
Yeah.
I think it's
Children and adolescents. Children and adolescents mental health strategy. Service strategy. Okay.
I'm just saying it wrong.
Okay, now then, so that feels all right, but we've got to really work hard to make that join.
We did a joint meeting with them as well.
We are getting a mental health council, aren't we? So,
Definitely.
Are you going to be the real
Who said that? Because I emailed it to John about that yesterday.
Did you?
Nearly,
I
okay.
think you can have a collection.
yeah.
I think it's one per authority.
No,
No,
they want
one
one
name.
name, but you can have as
You
many.
can have,
I see. And obviously, you guys are going to choose one.
Well, not really.
I'm just asking.
We've asked for volunteers, I think that's about it.
I think we've had volunteers, yes, of
So we're
course.
going to sign up to the challenge then, this borough.
Yes, there is, yes, and we're going to get along the people who are championing that to one of the Healthy Communities meetings, and the idea is that they would jointly meet, so in practical terms that means that there will be an implication for this committee, members to go on to the Healthy Communities one, and then to come here. But yeah, they've been invited, or they're going to be invited. that have really been on that.
Because I emailed Peter about it. So
Oh, did you?
Like a really nice said, you know, I'd like to put my meeting next year.
Oh, okay.
So I'll have to see what it says.
Excellent. We've got a couple that have volunteered as well, haven't we? So, you know, it's been really good. But can I just say, whoever gets it, you can never have enough champions. So, you know, I hope that, you know, I'm sure you'll be excellent.
Just so that anyone knows.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So that's that. On the mental health. Now the cabinet interviews, they are what they are. So, you know, I'll say a little bit about that in 1 second. I did want to look at the reviews. We've got the school standard strategy, child sexual exploitation strategy, going to cabinet. We need to look at, sorry, that's what I wanted to say. We need to look at the school standard strategy. We need to scrutinise that. Yeah, okay, good. Is that what you meant on the report?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Just to be plugged in budget when they.
Yeah. Good. So, there's quite a lot there. My experience, which isn't that vast, you know, just 1 year's experience, and James would probably agree, and Kath and Julie, is that it can go quite quickly. So the method this year, if everyone's in agreement with the work programme, is that instead of doing all the hard work at the end of the year, that we try and do it at the beginning really, so that we can sort of get these reviews. I mean everyone must say this at the beginning of every committee, but the idea is we get the reviews in draft form as early as possible, you know, so we have the scrutiny in the day. There's no reason why the next day we can't have the report. We're going to talk to recipients of the service about the, you know, the transition from child to young person and the services. We've got mental health. So the idea is that we get those reviews out, and the autism, we must have a review out of that. It's not simply looking at the strategy, given all the work that we did on it last year. So we'll look at those, and then we'll spend the rest of the year, you know, just scrutinising these strategies.
He's not, it doesn't confusing.
Julie needs
Sorry, I don't want to put it funny, but children in care, missing from care, have you thought about that at all?
Well, I would like to say that I have thought about that, and I can say that the corporate parenting board is looking at that. Are you on that board?
I'm on that.
I'm on that board. You're on that board. You should go on that board.
You're on that board.
Yes.
I think, I think we have someone else on it, but yeah, and there must be a reason, because obviously that's my field.
I think Eliza.
Eliza's on it already, and I think we have one.
Come on now.
I can double check it, but I'm sure that if there was space, I would have done it.
Well, we did a massive thing on, you know, children missing, and we had like, that was like scrutiny in a day. It took the whole day. It was really interesting. The products from that you can get from the clerks.
You know, we have St Christopher's are commissioned to return to care interviews, so that they find out why the child has gone missing from care, and recommend strategies to stop that happening again. And for the same child, so that if there is problems within the foster family or whatever.
So I think you're talking about late much.
No. Well, St Christopher's are acting as an independent.
So, Jody, can I suggest that you start proactively looking at the agenda for those, which obviously they're published, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's...
So they're published, and you can always walk in. It's the same as this, you know. If you're not the delegate, you can still participate. And I'm sure that Councillor Mills would be very interested in any observations that you have on that.
There is a motion up to the Council Assembly next month. Well, this month now,
Next Wednesday.
About this very thing.
Yeah.
And I imagine there will be a response from the cabinet member that might, if you like, fill you in a bit.
Exactly.
There's always something out speaking through the independent safeguarding care as well. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Good thinking. Well done. Okay, so is everyone happy with that work programme?
Yeah.
All right. So that's that.
Yeah.
So there's only one thing that remains for me to say as the chair now, and that is welcome everyone to welcome all the newcomers, and I'm so pleased that everyone's back again. And I have to say, I'm really looking forward to this year. We've had a year of doing it under our belt, so I'm hoping that it's going to be even better this year. Can I remind people that we have got a couple of reports going to Cabinet. What day?
I don't recall the date.
Do you know, Shelley?
No.
Okay, well, as soon as we get the date, can I just say, I will be going, and it will be nice to have some company, so if anyone wants to come along
I can
to
do it,
Cabinet.
because it's Tuesday, isn't it?
What is it?
I'll send you the date.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it would be good to go as a
Yeah.
committee. So
We're going to invade
Late
the,
July.
we're going to invade the cabinet.
thanks very much, everyone.
I'll
Thank
give
you.
you the moral support.